7 essential and practical skills often overlooked. Actually, to be successful in both one's career and life, it requires a person to have a variety of different skills. Core skills, which are essential for functioning, such as critical thinking, communication skills, problem-solving abilities, creativity, time management, and more, are often mentioned frequently and with greater intensity as they are widely recognized as fundamental skills, skills of the century, etc. However, this does not mean that learning stops there. Successful people need to possess many more skills, which are additional skills, placing them in higher, more competitive, and superior positions. And because these skills, though very important and practical in work, are less mentioned, not included in formal training programs, or linked to the professional development requirements of organizations, they are also less identified and valued. But those who realize the importance of these skills and learn and train themselves in them will surely seize many opportunities to excel in whatever job they are doing. Consider this. 1. Sales skills. No matter what your profession, where you are, or what position you hold, the most important skill that helps you advance is sales skills. First and foremost, you have to sell yourself to employers, organizations, bosses, and teams. Then, no matter what you do, you will have to present and sell your ideas and projects to your company's internal team. If you sell well and convincingly, many people will support you. If not, you will face exhausting questions and objections. This is not to mention being opposed by more convincing arguments, which may not be correct or appropriate for the current situation, but simply because they are better at selling and persuading than you. Doesn't that make you frustrated? Next, in external affairs, and especially at any position, you also have to sell your brand, products, services, and company to outsiders. Sales has never been just the responsibility of the sales department. All personnel in a company or organization should enthusiastically sell to any entity related to their company or organization. Ultimately, every person in an organization is a brand ambassador, and what you need to do is promote your organization at all times and whenever possible in the best way. However, the obvious truth is that few people think about this. Few recognize it as an important skill, and few see it as their duty if they do not work in sales. However, those who do this well, regardless of their position, with excellent sales skills, will eventually stand out because they use their sales skills to bring unexpected new opportunities to the company. They thus become more prominent in the team. Think about it. Is there any company or organization that doesn't like and create opportunities for such people? 2. Negotiation skills. Who doesn't have to negotiate in their life and work? Naturally, when it comes to negotiation, people immediately think of the sales and business development departments negotiating with partners and customers. But doesn't the HR department negotiate salaries? Doesn't the marketing department negotiate budgets? Doesn't the supply department negotiate with suppliers? No matter your position or job, you have to negotiate every day. Even in the family, when you want to persuade your siblings, parents, spouse to do something your way, you still have to negotiate, not to mention in society and at the workplace. Therefore, those who are good at this are more convenient, more satisfied, and navigate their journey more smoothly. Those who lack this skill, who are defeated before they even speak, must swallow the bitter pill. It's not because you're unlucky, but because you lack negotiation skills. A smooth advance and retreat, understanding people and situations, creating a win-win situation for both sides where everyone benefits, is the position you need to set up. Negotiation is not about winning and making the other lose, being overly competitive, and only wanting benefits for oneself without caring about others will eventually be disliked and overthrown by people. Remember, negotiation means creating opportunities and benefits for all involved, bringing fairness, joy, and profit to the negotiating parties. Only then can your journey be stable, loved, and supported, and collaborate in the long term. 3. Presentation skills. No one in any profession doesn't have to present, whether it's presenting internally or to external partners. Not to mention that you need to appear and present in public. This is a skill many people lack, few people train, and yet it is a skill that Warren Buffett says adds an additional 150% value to your work. Sometimes you do very well, exceptionally well, but because of poor presentation, people don't care, don't understand, and therefore don't support, don't like, and therefore don't cooperate, don't grasp the message, and therefore don't approach you for collaboration, etc. Presentation skills are extremely important. It is a leading skill to attract investment, partners, customers, internal support, and resources for individual, company, and organizational projects. People with good presentation skills are more likely to succeed because they convey content and messages clearly, understandably, and inspiringly, and therefore are known and supported by many. This also helps them build a more outstanding personal image and brand, thereby attracting more attention, opportunities, investment resources, and support. Think about it. There are people no one knows, not knowing where to find resources and support. There are people who just make a noise, and there are too many people ready to help. Which one do you want to be? 4. Zoom in and zoom out skills. I wonder if people notice that many only speak in general terms, broadly, and in an overview, but when it comes to detailing, implementing, and taking specific actions, they fail to think and draw a clear plan due to a lack of zoom-in skills. To observe, break down the process, the big picture, the overall objectives into smaller steps for execution. Lacking this skill, speaking and presenting broadly is fine, but it does not translate into practical and detailed implementation. Conversely, there are those who jump into the details before finishing their thoughts, getting lost in them, struggling with minor details, and forgetting that these are just a small part of a larger plan and goal. Without the ability to zoom out, to see the big picture, to understand why it is necessary to break down the big picture into small steps, and then zoom in to handle these small steps to make the big picture a success, it is difficult to succeed in any project or job. The ability to flexibly zoom in and out, to monitor both the overall and the details, to intervene and handle when needed, is an extremely important skill, especially for those in guiding, leading, managing, and overseeing projects and teams. Without this skill, it is very difficult to work effectively, achieve results, and reach goals. If you are not successful, how can you develop and advance? 5. Adaptability, flexibility, and overcoming obstacles. In this world, nothing is constant. Plans are made, but during implementation, conditions may change unexpectedly, unforeseen, and thus one cannot be stubborn and continue in the way they had decided. When new factors arise affecting goals or methods, plans naturally need to be adjusted, changed to adapt to new conditions, new circumstances, new situations. Only by doing this can you keep your project and plan up to date, most appropriate to the era and the unpredictable movements of the outside world. However, not everyone can do this. Humans naturally dislike change, are lazy to change, and sometimes due to a lack of skills, don't even know they need to change, let alone how to change. That's why you need this skill, to adapt, to be flexible according to the situation, and to overcome any obstacles, challenges, and difficulties you may face on your journey. Without this skill, you will flounder, panic, lose direction when circumstances change, as you are not ready to accept change and lack the skills to handle changing situations. So, anything you do will face obstacles and be difficult to complete, as change is a constant in any project or journey. Therefore, to be successful, you cannot lack this skill. 6. Maintaining positivity and optimism. In life, everyone faces difficulties, obstacles, even disasters. Life has its ups and downs. No one travels a smooth path forever. Some have more ups and downs than others, which may also depend a bit on the law of karma and personal virtue. However, when facing dire situations and circumstances, some people will painfully fall and not be able to stand up again. Some are frightened and shrink back, not daring to move forward, resigned to a contracted life. Others see it as a lesson to grow, to become more resilient, stronger, and have the motivation to stand up and move forward from where they fell. This is possible because they have the skill to maintain positivity and optimism in any situation. They understand how the universe operates, accept its rules, and prepare themselves to adapt and respond in any situation with an attitude that nothing is impossible. Who hasn't experienced failure? Who hasn't stumbled a few times? But what next? The basic difference is how people handle that situation with their own firm spirit and resilience. If you let life treat you and fall without the will to stand up, then you have lost. You won't achieve anything in life, as challenges and difficulties are inevitable. But if you know how to cultivate positive energy and use it to push yourself to stand up, you won't fear the stormy days. With this approach, what in this life journey can hinder, trouble, or overwhelm you? And having developed the quality of perseverance, standing up, and continuing despite all difficulties is the hallmark of successful people. Have you seen successful people who only complain and blame their fate? Or are they the ones who accept but confront problems and situations directly, find the most appropriate solutions, and then move forward with a progressive mindset? Positivity and optimism are something you have to learn to create and nurture, like an immune system for the body. The stronger the immune system, the faster and easier you overcome the storms of life. The weaker the immune system, the more easily you fall, become depleted, and may even lose the ability to defend yourself. Ultimately, it's just a skill that can be learned and trained. The question is, do you realize it and are willing to learn? 7. Decision-making based on information and data, not emotions. Now think about it. How many decisions in your life have you made based on momentary emotions? I guess, countless. Humans are emotional creatures and easily led by emotions. Because of love, hate, anger, misconception, etc., people let emotions lead and make choices and decisions without thinking. This is understandable in life, but in work, many people also fall into this state, making decisions based on personal emotions rather than information and data that reflect reality, truth, and actual conditions. Naturally, decisions made based on emotions are rarely correct. They are made to satisfy a temporary emotional need, lacking wisdom. Once a decision is made, numerous consequences follow. One mistake leads to 1,000 errors. It's hard to turn back, let alone reverse the flow to correct mistakes and do it right. Therefore, this is not just about one wrong decision, but a chain of ensuing consequences, causing damage that should not have been. Therefore, the wise and successful person is one who observes the issue from a third perspective, detaches themselves from the whirlwind of emotions, objectively assesses the root cause of the problem based on information and data, objectively assesses right and wrong, and objectively finds the best course of action for the group and organization, instead of just protecting their face or stroking their ego. To do this is not easy. This is a special and important skill that you can train, although it's not easy to train and apply. However, if determined and successfully trained, it becomes a powerful lever to lead any team or organization very successfully. First of all, you need to know that such practical and important skills exist beyond what you usually hear. Then, first of all, you should focus on learning and training basic skills. After that, move on to these skills. Once you master these skills, you will move up to a new level, becoming much more capable and formidable compared to the crowd. It's just whether you want to or not. If you want, there is always a way. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.